Hey guys, welcome back to another video, and today's video is like a Q&A, get ready with me, autumn fall themed makeup video. So I have a series of questions here which I'm going to answer. A lot of them are just like ones that I've just pulled off the internet and are a little bit random, but they're things that you don't know about me. And I'm then going to do a drugstore autumn fall inspired makeup look whilst I answer those questions for you. So if you want to learn a bit more about me, then keep on watching. So as a base for my eyeshadow, I am using my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define Infinite Concealer. I do apologise if my camera moves, but Tyler is kicking my tripod. So I'm using this as just a base for my eyeshadow, just to make it stick a little bit more. So for eyeshadow, we're starting out with the NYX Fire palette. This is from the Elements collection from a few years ago. And we are going to go in with this bright red shade first, and then I shall answer some questions. So, the first question on my list of questions is, what is your favourite candle scent? So, I'm not a big lover of candles. I will admit that I generally don't burn them or anything, but I have to say my favourite candle scent that my mum had at one point was Cherry Bakewell. So she brought that home one day, and me and my dad was literally stood at the kitchen counter with our heads in this candle, smelling it for ages, to the point where she had to put it up. She never burnt it. She did end up giving it to my friend, I think, just because me and my dad was so obsessed with this candle and the smell that she just didn't want to burn it around us, because she knew that we would probably stick our heads into a flame. So I have to say that was my favourite. Like I say, I don't really go into candle shops. I don't really buy candles. So that would be my favourite one that my mum had. So yeah. So the next question is, what female celebrity do you wish was your sister? And I am not a big lover of female celebrities, I have to say. But if I had to pick one, then it would probably be Maria Brink. If you guys don't know who Maria is, she is the front woman for In This Moment, which is a heavy metal band in the States. I have followed their music for so long. So I would definitely have to say that she would be the female celebrity that I would love to have as a sister. I feel like she would give me words of wisdom for some things. Like, she's a lot older, so she's like in her 40s. So I feel like she's lived her life quite a lot more than what I have, and she'd be able to give me like words of wisdom and stuff like that. So yeah, she would be the female celebrity I would love to have as a sister. And that follows on to the next question, which is, what male celebrity do you wish was your brother? And this one is a really easy one for me. I, for years, have had an obsession with Johnny Depp. So it would have to be Johnny Depp. I'm sorry, but if you guys don't like him, then what are you doing on my channel? Yeah, Johnny Depp would have to be the male celebrity I would have as a brother. Again, he's a lot older than me, so I feel like he would give me words of wisdom, but he's also an amazing actor, and he does a heck of a lot for charity, which I admire, so he would definitely have to be the male celebrity for a brother. I'm not going to delve into what's going on with him at the moment, but I just hope he wins. Let's put it that way. So the next question is, how many countries have you been to? So I have been to 4 countries outside of the UK. And those are America. So I went to Florida in 2001. We went to Disneyland, so that's how come I ended up there. I was 5 at the time, guys, so you know. I've then been to France, which I went in year 7. So I was about 11 when I went there. And then I've been to Italy twice. We stayed in a little town called Peschiera, which is like Lake Garda. So I've been there twice. Then I've been to Poland. So we stayed in Krakow, or Krakow, however you want to pronounce it. And we went to Auschwitz and Auschwitz-Birkenau. So France, Italy and Poland was all with school, and then America was with my parents. So yeah, those are the countries I've been to. So the next question is anyone in your family in the army? And currently, no, not as far as I know. But my dad was in the army for 9 months. He was medically discharged because he has dyslexia, and back when he joined the army, not many people knew what dyslexia was. So he was medically discharged. My uncle was in the army. He did serve a full 22 years service. So the next question is, what was your favourite TV show as a kid? And I don't really remember what my favourite TV show was before I found this one, but once I found Scooby-Doo, I used to watch Scooby-Doo every day before school. So I used to get up super early. It used to be on at 6 o'clock in the morning. On Boomerang, so I used to get up super early to go downstairs and watch Scooby-Doo before I went to school. So the next question is, have you read any of the Harry Potter, Hunger Games or Twilight series? And I actually haven't read the books, but Tyler does put the audiobooks on to send us to sleep. So I do listen to them, and when I wake up and I'm getting ready for work in the morning, they're still playing. So I do listen to them, and the books are so different. Like the Harry Potter books are so different to the films. I've noticed that with like the little bits I get from the audiobooks. So no, I haven't read them, but yes, I do listen to the audiobooks. So, the next question is, are any of your grandparents still married? And my grandparents, unfortunately, are no longer with us. All 5 of them that I had. And you may be thinking, 5. My gran on my dad's side remarried after my granddad died. So that's why I had 5 grandparents. But if my mum's parents were still alive, they would still be married, and they would have been married for like 50 plus years, something like that. So I know more about their history than my dad's parents. So my nan and granddad were married in like the 40s, and then they went over to Hong Kong because my granddad was based over there with the army, and they had to retake their wedding vows because over there it was seen that they weren't married. So I do have a copy of that marriage certificate as well, as their original marriage certificate. So they technically got married twice. And then my gran on my dad's side, she was married to my granddad, and then my granddad died in 1990. And she remarried to someone else who I used to call Grandad Alan. But then they both died in the 2000s. So yeah. So the next question is, have you ever taken karate lessons? And if you class MMA as like karate, because we kind of did karate, then yes, I did that for 6 years. And I only had to quit due to health reasons, but my next belt would have been my black belt. So yeah, that's kind of gutting that I had to quit because of that, but health comes first. And then the next question is, what would your parents have named you if you was the other gender? And I was actually meant to be a boy, so my parents got told all throughout the pregnancy that they were having a boy, and then they had me. So that was probably disappointing for them. There we go. So if I was a boy, I would have been called Lewis Patrick. The words today. Lewis Patrick. I can't say it. Lewis Patrick George Vellum. Instead, I'm called Megan Annie May. Hence where I get my name for my channel from. But yeah, so that's what I would have been called if I was a boy. So the next question is, what body part wouldn't you mind losing? This changes all the time, but currently I wouldn't mind losing my right shoulder. If you're wondering why I'm being specific on my right shoulder, I have an ongoing health condition, which a lot of you may have heard of as scoliosis, and it's currently affecting my right shoulder. So I wouldn't mind losing my right shoulder right now. Who was your favourite teacher at school? So I did have an all-time favourite teacher, and she is still my all-time favourite teacher. I still see her sometimes, and we literally just talk for ages because we hardly ever see each other. Usually if there's like an event going on, I see her, but other than that, I don't really see her much anymore, and I wish I did. But that teacher was called Mrs. Armishaw, and she was my year 2 teacher at school, and she was so nice. I mean, I got away with murder in her lessons, basically. But yeah, so I have just done the other eye off camera, just because I don't have many questions left. And we've still got the rest of my face to do. So, next question is, if money wasn't an issue, what would you do if you didn't have to work? So I would actually quit my job if money wasn't an issue. Just because, you know, wouldn't have to work because wouldn't need to have money. Anyway, I would then move out of this shared house because as much as it's alright, I would want my own space. And then I would probably do some travelling because I really want to do some travelling. And yeah, just is, do you believe in ghosts? Tyler's sat there nodding his head. Yes and no. Like, I do believe that some some people who aren't at rest may come back as ghosts and try to find peace, but some of these ghost stories where it's like really strange, then no, not really. I think I'll believe more once I've done some ghost hunting. So me and Tyler are looking at doing some ghost hunts next year, so I might believe more then if I capture anything. So I'm kind of half and half, like. So the next question is, would you rather be taller or thinner? For me, I'd rather be taller because I'm 5 foot nothing. And I am sick and tired of being 5 foot nothing. I've had it all my life and it's just really annoying. Tyler's sat over here, making short jokes because I'm that short. So the next question is, have you ever locked yourself out of your house? I haven't not locked myself out of my house. One of my housemates has locked me out of my house. Twice. I say housemates, he's now a former housemate. But yeah, he locked me out of my house twice. In the space of a week. And yeah, safe to say I don't like him. So basically the first time I had one of my friends over, he has been on my channel before, like when I first started it, but unless you scroll back through, you won't find the video. But he was over with his dog and we were sat in the garden because I'm not allowed pets in the house. I mean, if it's someone else's pet, they're allowed in the house as long as they don't trash it. But on the basis of Oscar can be a little bit temperamental, we were sat out in the garden and it was a hot day, so I went to come in the house to get a bowl of water for Oscar, and the back door was locked. I knew for a fact the back door wasn't locked because I didn't lock it. So, prior to this guy had come, or tried to come out in the garden and was asking questions about who Chris was. And I mean, Oscar didn't like him. Oscar tried to bite him at one point. So this guy just no one likes anyway. Let's just put that out there. He's a little bit strange. And so he had actually locked the back door when he went back in the house and locked me out of the house. Like, my house keys were in my room. So I had no way of getting back into the house. Luckily for me, another one of my housemates, who has a room at the back of the house, was also home. So I actually had to shout up to him and get him to come down and unlock the back door so I could get back in the house. So yeah, that was the first time he locked me out. Again, there was another time where I was in the back garden and he decided to lock the back door again before we left for work, and I had to phone one of the other housemates to get them to let me back in the house. So no, I haven't locked myself out of the house. Yes, other people have locked me out of the house. So the next question is, what is your favourite song? And at the moment, I mean, it's been a song that I've really liked for quite some time, but at the moment it is Ice Nine Kills, Grave Mistake. I don't know why, I just really like that song. It's a song Tyler got me into. The whole band is something Tyler got me into, really, let's face it. So the next one is, what famous person would you like to meet? And that's kind of obvious by like the third question, I think it was, that I answered. And the famous person I would like to meet is Johnny Depp. I have been wanting to meet him for absolutely forever, just years and years and years. Will it happen? Probably not. Can I dream? Yeah. If you could have, what? If you could have dinner with 5 famous people, who would they be? Now, there's no sort of like rule when it comes to food. So obviously Johnny Depp is going to be there, because Johnny Depp. That would be my way of meeting him as well. So that's my first person. I then would like to meet Helena Bonham Carter, mainly because her and Johnny work together so much, and she is such a good actress. I love a lot of her roles. So I would like to meet her as well. Then I would like to meet Mikey from Glam and Gore here on YouTube. Getting some tips from her about FX makeup and things like that, and talk about ghost stories and horror stories and all things like that. And then the last two, I'm not really sure. Like, don't get me wrong, I'd like to meet Jeffree Star, but he's so controversial that maybe that wouldn't go down so well. So I'm not sure whether I would like to have dinner with him, particularly with the 3 people that I've already picked. Might not go down so well. I probably Patty from As It Is. I have seen them twice now, and yeah, like, he seems like a good guy. And then I don't know who else. Like, I honestly don't know who else I would want to have dinner with. And the final question for this video is, what time period in history would you like to go to? And this one's like pretty straightforward for me. I would love to go to sort of the late 40s, early 50s. So post-war. So that's my Q&A get ready with me autumn themed makeup video for you guys. All products will be listed down below, along with all of my social media. I will also put Mikey's channel down below because I didn't mention her in this video. And yeah, if you want to see more videos like this, comment down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. I'm here every week with new content for you guys, and I shall see you in the next video. Bye guys.